What's up, guys? Chris here with our 5 with FLO, and today's topic is the power of habits. I was talking to my client Scott, who's here stretching out, and what we were discussing was how powerful little habits can be. So I had saw this talk by Jim Rohn, and he was talking about his mom. He was getting a little toothpick, and he used a toothpick, and he took the little plastic piece and threw it on the ground and walked out. And his mom was scolding him about picking up the garbage, put it in your pocket, and take it home when you find a garbage can and throw it out. And he was upset, like, what's the big deal? It's just a little piece of plastic. And what she was telling him was it's the habit. It's not about that little piece of plastic. It's what that translates to further on. So think about if he goes to eat a burger and he's covering for it, he tosses that on the ground or whatever else. Or as you go forward past that, it gets into worse and worse and worse things. And they always talk about successful people. If you follow them around, you start to see their daily habits or the things they do on a daily basis, the small steps that lead to a huge difference later on. If we talk about money, if you were to just take 5% or 10% of what you made every paycheck and start squirreling that away into something, that's a habit of savings. If you have $10 and you save 2, you get in the habit of saving that 2 every time you get 10. Then all of a sudden you make 20, then you make 30, then you make 40, then you make 50, then you make 100, whatever. If you get in the habit of saving that small percent, even if you're making little bit of money, it's the habit you're forming of putting that money away so that when you do make big money, you're already in the habit of taking a certain percentage and saving that or putting into mutual funds or you have a financial planner or whatever else. It's about forming the habit. It's not about having the big lump sum. So what tends to happen, I said this too, and I don't think Scott was there, but when I start talking to Mark, like, all right, when I start making more money, then I'll start saving. And they were like, no, it's not about making a lump sum then saving. It's about forming the habit now of making a little bit and then putting that away, and then slowly as you make more, that level increases. You always get in the habit of saving. Same thing with nutrition. Getting in the habit of eating the proper foods or not eating an excessive amount of food. If I'm eat this portion of food, if I eat too much food or overeat, I get in the habit of constantly stuffing my face. If I get in the habit of, hey, once I've eaten this portion or once I feel satisfied, I stop eating. If you develop that habit, what will soon happen is as you start eating, you'll get to a certain amount of food and you'll be like, all right, cool, I'm good. I don't need to eat anymore. So forming that habit of not overeating all the time is another habit you can form. It starts here, but then it grows to something more and more as you go along. When it comes to exercise, one of the things I always tell clients is consistency is king. We talk about that. We drill that here at FLO Fitness. Consistency is king. Why is that so important? It's so important because it's not about how much you work out in a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months. You know, you have all these people, oh, I did this 90-day challenge, I did this 30-day challenge, and that may be great as a jump start, but that doesn't really form a habit. If you say I have to take 90 days and just devote my life to eating just vegetables and working out twice a day, that's cool. It may last 30 days, maybe 90 days, but after that, you're going to get exhausted and you're going to get to a point of diminishing returns if you're going that hard, that excessive with it. As opposed to, hey, I'm in the habit of working out twice a week. If you just did that twice a week over the course of 5 to 6 years, you see how that habit will affect your life and make you healthier versus going crazy balls to the wall for 30 days and then not working out for the next 6 years and being like, hey, look at this picture. At this point in time, I was in this great a shape. And then it's like, well, what about now? You know? So form the habit of if I exercise 2, maybe 3 times a week and that's it. Just put that habit in there. This is what I'm going to do. You stretch that out over 10 years. Think about how much exercise you actually do and how much better you'll be for it versus focusing on right now, I have to do all this workout. I have to get in shape now. You know, I have to do this for this X amount of time. Stretch that over a long period of time and form that habit of exercising. So it's these little small habits. Again, when it comes to money, when it comes to nutrition, and when it comes to fitness, those 3 components of your life, and everything else that you do. I mean, obviously we can go dive into religion, education, and the habit of studying a little bit. You don't have to cram the night before a test. If you get into just being a better person morally, if you get in the habit of helping people or devoting certain time to helping over the course of a long period of time, you'll feel more fulfilled. You have more of a successful life. You have a bigger network of people if you start forming these small habits now. So a lot of things to look at. So some advice for you guys you can do, and you can start today is look at all their daily habits. What do I normally do in the morning? What's my morning routine? What do I normally do in my downtime? What's that routine? Do I sit down and watch 3, 4, 5 movies every weekend? Do I have time somewhere where I can slip a different habit or exchange one habit for another? Maybe get out of the way of watching Netflix all the time and then devote an hour or two into reading books that are actually going to help you in the long run. Form that habit. Or hey, there's a habit I have on Sundays. I know for me personally, my Sundays, I always take an hour, 2 hours, maybe sometimes 3, to just lay down, sit in a hammock, and just read. So I'll read, I'll highlight stuff, I'll study, and that's just a habit I form every single Sunday. I gotta do that, I gotta do that. And that fuels me for the rest of the week. I try to read as much as I can every single night, but the habit of reading right before bed, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 pages at most every night before bed, form that habit, and over the course of years, you see how many books you can read and how much information you can get in, how it changes your life. Just changing that one habit changed my life dramatically. So just imagine all the little bit of habits you can put in there. So that's our 5 FLO on habits. Look at what you do. Try and see if there's other things you can substitute in your life, get better habits. Don't try to throw everything to the end and start changing everything right now, but take small steps so you can improve on these little things you can change. And then once that becomes a habit, do something else next month and add something the month after that, exchange a month after that. And before you know it, you'll have this lifestyle or this habits you'll form that are all positive and all help you get to your goals. That's our 5 FLO. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.